Hello, all my little indigos. So, I'm getting a big message about reconciling our past, potentially with a father figure that went on a pilgrimage during our lifetimes that helped us to become the starborn, the father figure balancing the light and the dark. So, I'm going to read this pilgrim card first. So, it says, the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. For the pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetype wanders wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder why the pilgrim will when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, there is expansion and growth. Responsibility, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet, when the archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door towards a new reality. When the pilgrim is at your side, you will never lack courage, nor will you ever need amenities. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. It says, even in the stillness of the meditation, the pilgrim will feel the movement of the heart towards what it loves. We all have a deep longing to answer the call, to get unstuck. What are your obstacles between you and the door? So, recognizing that our father figures were on a pilgrimage in our life, trying to balance the light and the dark. I want to read this father card because it's pretty significant to this as well. Let's see. The father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides as a central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine, thus he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Yet, here, yet gone, the champion and the failure. The father can never resolve or escape that duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitation allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world, right? You are the starborn, you are the egg. And this message could be for people who are father figures, who have gone through this journey, through this pilgrimage, who've tried to balance the light and the dark, and or the child that experienced the other end of that. It says that become a student of this masculine energy, watch the father in movies and in Shakespeare plays, see the father as a pattern, not personal, right? So not taking it personal, recognizing that this archetype exists so that we can become ourselves independently without the barrier of that person in our lives, the starborn. And recognizing that because they were absent, there were a lot of things that we learned about ourselves and who we are and what we're passionate about. And also when they were present, being able to recognize that those were gifts as well. So the cards I got, because I did try to do this reading, but it didn't stick, was originally the king. Let me see if it'll come out. Well, the emperor came out. So originally the king of pentacles was showing, which is the provider, the protector, but now they're showing me the emperor, which is all about strategy as well. They are the embodiment of all the kings, including the king of pentacles. The emperor is really takes charge of situations, is a great leader, but can also be very absent because they're off on their pilgrimages, right? But it is all part of the strategic archetype that we are living within the matrix. So I'm getting like, we as a collective are reconciling the past, whether we were the father figure or one of the people around the father figure, we're recognizing and reconciling those past experiences that we've had about the balance of give and take, about allowing people to be their authentic self, about recognizing what they're going through, right? So I've been watching this show called Landman. It's with Billy Bob Thornton, and it's so freaking good. It's on Paramount Plus. Shameless plug. Check it out. But it's really helped me because I have seen this archetype within my life several times where the father figure, which is Billy Bob Thornton, he's a landman. He's out in these grueling situations all day long trying to provide for his family, but also going after his passions, right? And trying to balance the things that he's going through out literally in the field, and then trying to balance and make his home life copacetic and being available for them, his wife and kids, you know, and it's really difficult, and the expectations of the other people in the situation are just unrealistic. And he has this great speech about, like, you don't understand what I'm going through out there. It's literally grueling, and please don't expect me to be home at 7 for dinner. It's just not going to happen. Be grateful when I am here. And that's all about allowing people to be their true authentic self, whether we like it or not, and being grateful for the times that we do have, and recognizing what's going on in their lives is not a reflection upon us, that we're not worthy, that they're not here for us. It's that they've got their own life path and things going on. And being grateful for the times that we do get to spend with us. Because I think, unfortunately, and especially I can attest to this for myself, is that we held ourselves back thinking we weren't worthy. 8 of Swords. Like, it's time for us to recognize, like, we did that to ourselves at some point, as, you know, that we put all of our value and worth on to someone else, right? That if they don't see us, or they don't show up, or they're not here on time, or they don't make it to our baseball game, or whatever it is, that, you know, we're not worthy and they don't love us. That's not true. All of the things can exist at the same time. They can think we're worthy and love us and still not be there. And recognizing that we can free ourselves now of all of that emotional baggage and turmoil from the past. This message is like coming in to help us recognize that, Knight of Swords, that we can rush forward towards the truth now about our own personal fulfillment. 9 of Cups, like what fills our cups personally, and being grateful for the experiences we had, whether positive or negative, that helped us to grow, to find our own passions. Ace of Wands, and to find our own cup of love. Ace of Cups and Fool card that put us on our own journey, right? So there were a lot of benefits to that situation, whether we recognized it at the time or not. Also recognizing that the father figure and archetype is here for our greatest good, to help put us on our own journey, to help us figure out our own passions. What do we love? And now it's like we finally are able to recognize that, whether we are the father or the participants around them, by going within and recognizing that there were a lot of good things that came out of all of this, and reflecting upon that and enlightening ourselves and enlightening others that, you know, just because they're absent doesn't mean that they don't love you and they don't want to be a part of your life. Sometimes they're just on their own journey and going through their own struggles, right? Parents are human. And they go through their own struggles, and they're not perfect, and there's no guidebook. And I am not a parent myself, but I have had the experience of parents and parent-like figures and partners in my life that have chosen their life path over going to dinner or going to a birthday or whatever, and recognizing that it wasn't about us. We can still journey on our own journey, and they will catch up, and they will find us when it's time, and people will come and go, ebb and flow within our lives, and being okay with that and recognizing that, and helping us to literally move in a new direction. 2 of Wands, and helping us to understand now that it's okay to let people kind of weave in and out of our lives. This is probably a massive awakening for us as a collective, the Tower card, that's going to help bring a lot more love into our hearts. Let it be so. Namaste.